What's up, guys? So the lighting in here is just like terrible. I'm trying to turn my badge around. But I am currently back here where I don't want to be at. I'm sitting in my car. So me and my husband had a sorry, I'm trying to hide this badge because I don't need nobody going to tell on me or nothing like that. But so me and my husband had a conversation about me leaving a facility that I'm completely miserable at, and he doesn't agree with me quitting or just leaving at this point before I can start something else. So against my better judgment, I'm going to have to stay, because now I feel like if I quit or if I just make this decision on my own, and with us being married, with us not being in agreement, that's going to cause issues in my marriage, in my household. And, you know, like I was saying in the last video, I had some personal issues and work issues. And now that the family or like home side is starting to get back on track, I don't want to backtrack and just be miserable all the way around. So I guess I'm just gonna have to suck it up and be miserable here until I can start somewhere else, or find a different graduate nurse program to go to at a different facility. So today should be an easy day for me because I'm not on the floor. So that's the only way that I feel, well, that's the only reason why I feel okay about today. Today has not been bad. So within the schedule, they have you loop like different departments just so you can see what they do. And, you know, with women's health, a lot of the specialties work together. So you get to know people in different departments, see what they do, see what their role is in the overall picture when you're taking care of this patient. So I did mother baby today, and I really liked it. Like, honestly, like the department, the people. Like, I just got off the phone with my mom, and I'm just like, it's so crazy because I've been in L&D for like a month, or maybe a little bit over a month now. And like I was telling you guys in the last video, nobody talks to me. Nobody asks me anything about myself. I'm not included in anything, and I just feel isolated. But over here, like immediately, like soon as I met with the lady that I was shadowing, she introduced herself. She gave me like a tour of their unit, introduced me to everybody that we saw. And then people, even though we have a mask on, like with the eyes, you can tell when people are smiling. Just like so friendly. It's just like night and day. Like, it's such a difference. And now I'm just like, you know, is my unit just like that, or is it just like specific units? And I know it'll be like that at every hospital, but it's just like starting out as a brand new nurse. It's just very discouraging when you work in a place like the one I'm at right now. So what I decided was, you know, since my husband isn't on board with me quitting at this point, I sent the email to the director of the unit, of the department actually, and I asked her if I could talk to her because they supposedly have like this open door policy. Now my only thing is, I really hope the things that I share with her, I'm going to be cautious about how much I share with her, just because I don't trust, you know, a lot of people, and then I don't know her like this. I don't know what she will take serious and what she will not. So, you know, I have a meeting with her today after the graduate nurse class that we have this afternoon. So I'm just going to talk to her and just let her know that L&D is not for me. So, like, I'm not going to bash any of the employees. I'm not even going to talk about the training, just because I feel like I don't want to make it seem like I'm doing something bad, even though I'm not. But you all know how management can be. So I'm just going to just let her know, you know, I've tried this for a month. I'm still struggling. I don't like it. I cannot do it. Excuse me, I cannot do it anymore. So if I can go to mother baby, I would be happy with that. Like, I would be able to last until I'm able to find something else, because I just feel like this facility is not for me. But when I say this department was night and day, like, it's crazy. Like, I forgot that I was at this hospital. Like, just so different. I really feel like if I would have started out in this department, I would not be having the experience that I'm having right now. And granted, mother baby is much slower. It's a little bit less strenuous and less stressful for me personally, just because you're not the mom isn't on like, you know, continuous monitoring, depending on what's going on with her. But all of our patients today, normal, easy births. And I know it won't always be that way, but it was refreshing to not have to chart every 5-10 minutes. Like, the mom isn't currently contracting, so you're not doing the contraction strips. You're not like getting them prepped for a C-section. You're not prepping them for delivery. It's a little bit more it's more calm than L&D, and I feel like I would be more successful starting out there than I would be in L&D. So at this point, I'm just like, I need all the prayers that I can get. I'm still very stressed out, and then having this dropped on me, like, no, you can't leave, that has added another layer of stress to me, because now I feel like, you know, if I go against I don't want you all to be like, her husband run her or something. No. But when you're married, you have to be in agreement with, you know, life-changing things, such as like leaving a job. So since we're not in agreement, you know, it sucks for me, because I have to deal with that, and I have to be miserable every day. And, you know, my mood and my mental health is affected. But then it's just like the other circumstances, like with me working full-time, that's how my son is allowed to go to childcare. And with him being the only child in the house, he doesn't have that exposure to other kids besides school, and he's doing really good there. So that's the only thing that made me just take a step back and be like, you know what, can you stick it out until you find something else, just at least for my son, so he can continue to go to childcare. And, you know, as a mama, we're gonna do whatever we got to do for our kids. So he's the only reason why I even pulled up this morning. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's super bright outside right now, so I apologize for like the glare and if you're not able to see me that well. But today is actually our move-in date for our house. I'm actually just sitting outside the house waiting for the lady from the leasing office to come and unlock the door, so I can like do a walkthrough and, you know, just look at the house before we get our keys. Yeah, so much has been going on since the last video. As you saw in the clip previous to this one, because I'm just gonna mash them together. So my husband wasn't in agreement with me just flat out quitting the job. So I decided to talk to the director of labor and delivery just to see what resolution we can come up with. I knew in my heart that I didn't want to continue on with that department. So even when she offered me, like, you know, just different outcomes, I just didn't want to stay there because of the mean girl culture. I just wanted to be somewhere where I felt like I could truly learn and also not hate coming to my job every day. So they allowed me to shadow. I think I got some footage. I'll insert that too. They allowed me to shadow med surg. And y'all, when I was in school, I was like, med surg is not for me, because, you know, in nursing school, that's basically what you're doing. Like, majority of your clinicals is med surg for the adult patient. And I'm like, in 2 years, like, that's a type of program I went to. I'm like, within 2 years, I never really loved it, so I knew it wasn't for me. But when I say this floor is completely different from the one I started on, I'm so thankful. So first day up there, everybody spoke. Everybody seemed genuine. Now, one of the things I was nervous about, just even shadowing this floor, I was just like, you know, I really hope they haven't, like, you know, gave the staff like a heads up, like, oh, she don't like it down there, so just be extra nice to her. I don't want that, because whatever connections or relationships I make with people, I want it to be genuine. I don't want them to be like, oh, she didn't like it down there, or she has like a bad perception of the hospital, so let us just make it not seem that way. Like, I didn't want that, and I honestly did not feel that. The techs was super cool. The nurses was super cool. The charge nurse, she was super laid back and cool. The whole day was just like, this is how it's supposed to be. I really wish I would have got that treatment at L&D, but like I said before, everything happens for a reason. I'm taking all of this as a learning experience, so I'm not even going to keep dwelling on that. But yeah, so they're going to be putting in my transfer, where they're actively doing that now for med surg. I did go back the next day, and it was still the same. The vibe was cool. And it's less stress for me. And it's so crazy because they have like 5 to 6 patients, and you know, in L&D you may have 1 or 2, but the charting is the system isn't what I'm used to, but the way like the day flowed is what I'm used to. And I don't want it to come off like, oh, you're gonna, you know, since you weren't in your comfort zone, that's what it was. That's not what it was. It was just the personalities, the attitudes of the women in the department. I do feel like I'm actually gonna get the experience that I need being in med surg, at least for the first year. And then it'll also make me more marketable once we do leave here, having that basic foundation with med surg. But my day was so cool. And okay, so the first day, like, it was a little bit of downtime. So one of the texts was like, I'm going to order pizza for everybody. And I'm just like, okay. So, you know, when you really don't know people like that, you hear them say that, but it's just like, do that include me too? So I went to, the pizza came. I went to the cafeteria to grab me something to drink. I got a tea. And then when I came back up, everybody was like in the break room sitting around the table, and it was an empty chair. And I was like, is anybody sitting here? They was like, that's your chair. Like, we brought it in for you. So that may seem so small to some people, but for me, that was big for me. Like, and again, some of you may be watching this like, girl, really? But for real, like the experience that I had in L&D, like people not wanting to talk to me, they would have never did that for me. Like if it have been times where they ordered and didn't even ask me. So just to go from that to another unit where they're being considered, like we all sitting down eating, let's make sure she have a seat when she come back up. Like I truly appreciated that. Because like I said, I'm here by myself. I don't have any family here. I don't have any friends here. So, you know, just like little things like that did mean a lot to me. And it just showed me what type of people that they were on this unit. I can't say they are more family oriented. Even with them just asking me things, like I spent a month in L&D, and the only 2 days that I've had in med surg, I've talked more in that unit than I did the entire month in L&D. And that's just crazy. Yeah, I like it so far. I'm not going to jump the gun because it was only 2 days so far. But I do feel like I'll be able to gain the experience that I need. I do feel like, you know, it's going to be hard. It's going to be frustrating, but it's manageable. I don't feel like right away I'm going to come to work hating my job. And I don't feel like the people there, you know, aren't going to be forthcoming with helping me with what I need help with. I don't feel that way so far. And I was really trying to think back to how I originally felt about L&D within the first couple of days. I truly can't remember. I just remember that second week, I truly was like, I can't do this. And I don't have that. So even before I got out of the car the morning of shadowing med surg, I sent me a long prayer and I left it in God's hands. I was just like, you know, Lord, if this is the place you want me to be at for right now, please give me what I need. And he did. Like he truly did. Like I feel like I can do this. Last night was rough for me. Like I don't know if y'all could tell, the bags under my eyes. I just been dealing with a lot in my personal life and then in work life. And I know the last video I was like, the personal life has gotten better. It's back to the way it was. And I'm just really second guessing a lot of things. And I'm just like really trying to stay hopeful and prayerful about my life, because I want God to lead me. I truly do. I want him to just step in and take over each and every area of my life, because yeah, I'm struggling. Second for a napkin. I had some napkins in there, but I don't have any. I'm really trying not to cry, but I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just going through a lot. Like, I really wish that I know I had some napkins somewhere in here. Might have used them all. No, here's one. I just really wish that I could hug like my parents. See, I knew I had some. I usually keep them in the middle console. Some reason they is over here. Sorry. I just wish that I could sorry. Every time I think about what I want to say, the tears just keep coming. I really wish that I could just hug my mama and my daddy. It's just something about when you're going through a difficult time in your life, even as an adult. It's just something about getting those hugs from people you know who genuinely love you and care about you. It's just something about that emotion that you feel when you hug them, and that release you're able to have. And I truly need that. Like, it's hard enough being in a place where you don't have absolutely anybody, and then for me to go through, like, y'all know, like, all of the stress and frustration I've been dealing with at this job, then to have your home life just kind of just be rough. Like, it's a lot to deal with, and it's hard because, like, I'm not the type of person that has, like, I don't have any type of mental disorder, and this isn't to anybody or to, you know, to say nothing mean or bad to anybody, but I'm just, you know, just letting you guys know, like, I don't have anxiety, depression, none of that stuff. And I just feel like with everything that has transpired since I've been down here in personal and work life, it has truly taken a toll on me. Like, it truly has. And, you know, I always try to be hopeful. I'm trying to remain positive about things. But I just don't understand why certain things just keep happening. And I'll do another video where I actually go into detail about things, but it's just hard. Had things, sorry, I think this is the lady coming to open the door. It's just a lot on my mind, just a lot to think about. And, you know, I just feel like I'm being cheated out of, like, this experience. And I hate to even think about it that way or even say it that way, because, you know, you're going to go through things in life. Every day is not going to be what you expect it to be. Every day is not going to be a great day for you. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have days like this where you're crying, where you don't know what to do. You may be asking God, why this, why that? And I get that, but I just hate that I'm starting to feel like there are more bad days than good. And then when the good days do come, I'm not fully able to enjoy them because here comes another bad thing or another occurrence or something else that causes turmoil or friction or negative energy. It's like I never get to even enjoy a good time or a good day because something else happens. It's just truly frustrating. I don't even know what to make of my life right now. Like, I honestly did not even think that, you know, me just starting out in nursing or me starting here as, you know, living here or whatever was going to be like this. Because for so long, you know, you plan and, like before I came down, like me and my husband would talk about certain things and talk about what it was going to be like with me and the baby finally being down here and all of us being under one roof. And it's just not that way. Like, I honestly feel like he don't even like being around me. I'm gonna just say that for now. And it's just like not even me, you know, trying to bash him or get sympathy from anybody. You know, we in the same house. Sometimes he won't even talk to me. So I'm just giving you guys just a little bit, just so you can see like how all of this stuff has been affecting me. You know, because back home, I have a very close family, a very close circle of friends. So to have absolutely nobody, it's a lot. Okay, I need to get myself together. Okay, so one thing I did want to tell you guys about the meeting I had with the director. So I really hope you all can see me. I don't even know how good this video is going to be because of this glare. I'm trying to find like a better... I'm just crying. But, you know, on my page, I want to be honest with people. I want them to see like the raw, like, and to see the bad times. Like, even with marriage, like, it's not always going to be what you expect it to be. Work is not always going to be what you expect it to be. So I truly hope that this does help some people, and then also those who may be in this situation too. Like, you're not alone. Like, you're not the only person going through, you know, rough time. But, you know, it's just hard because I feel like it's just all the way around. And I think now that I've said just a little bit, you all can understand, like, truly my frustrations with things like work and home life. When those two things, both of those things at the same time isn't going right, like, it's hard. Like, something got to give. And that's why I kept saying in the last video, like, something has to give. Like, I can't be miserable at work and then come home and walk on eggshells, or, you know, feel the vibes. Like, you know, you just know. So anyway, so the meeting I had with the director, I did get to sit down and talk with her. I told her a little bit about how I was feeling and how I just felt that L&D wasn't for me. I didn't go into thorough detail about every single thing that happened, just because, you know, when you in the moment and you talking, when you done with the meeting, like, you go home or whatever. Hold on. Yeah, so that was the lady just letting me know that the house was unlocked and it was okay to go into view. I think I'm gonna just go in by myself first. I was waiting for my husband to come, but he's not talking to me, so I don't know when he'll be on his way. But I'm gonna just go on in there and look around. But so anyway, so I did get the chance to talk to her about how I was feeling. So the thing about it is, you know, you forget certain things. So I wasn't able to tell her every single thing, just because throughout communication of the conversation, I forgot to mention some things. But I did tell her that I didn't feel welcome. And I just told her that the environment wasn't a good learning environment for a brand new person. And I did tell her about the 4 patients that I had that one day when I was doing recovery. And even she agreed that that was not a good assignment, or not a fair assignment for a brand new nurse. So what they did was, she was like, well, I definitely don't want you somewhere where you're not comfortable. I definitely don't want you to be in a department where you don't feel safe practicing. So she actually was like, well, what do you think you would be interested in right now? So I said med surg, and she was like, okay. And she actually had came from that unit. She started out in mother baby, did L&D, went to med surg, and now she's back over mother baby L&D as the director. So she has a strong background in med surg. She knew everybody up there. She knows the director, and she spoke very highly of that the unit. And she walked. So when I came in, she was the one that walked me up there, introduced me to everybody, did like a thorough tour of everything. And yeah, like, I felt I didn't, you know, I felt kind of bad because I was like, but then I was like, nope, this is my life, my career, my license. I have to speak up. So she was like, she was very disappointed in the experience that I had. And she just couldn't believe that I was in charge of 4 patients. I'm like, yes, this is like what they've been doing. So, they had me stay home to do like some learn shares, like online modules. And then, of course, the past 2 days, I did my shadowing and med surge. They're going to be, well, HR is currently, pulling everything through to get me switched over in the system. I have to get a new badge that says med surge. And I feel like right now, like I'm on the road to having somewhat of a okay life while I'm here, at least until I figure out what I want to do and then just figure out things. But yeah, I just wanted to come and give you guys a quick update just to let you know how things have been going. I was going to post this like, well, I was going to do an update sooner than now, but as you can see, like I've just been going through a lot, and I've just really just been trying to get my emotions together and get a hold of myself because I'm still a mom too. So I have to make sure that I'm being okay for my baby. I have to make sure I'm in the right headspace and able to take care of him as I've, you know, continue to do. So yeah, I'm finna go in and look around and do like the little tour. So you guys will probably get 2 for 1 today. My hair is I don't even know what I was gonna say. My hair is looking crazy, y'all. I'm gonna be taking my braids down next week and probably getting like a frontal or something. I just want to take a break from the braids right now. I don't know. I'll either get a frontal or either some knotless braids. I do want to start going back to the gym working out because I do have a girls trip coming up, and I so need it. So 2 of my good friends, their birthdays are within like 2.5 weeks of each other, so they decided to do a cruise. So that'll be like towards the end of August, early September. So I definitely I cannot wait because I need to do something. And my nails look a mess. Like I had went and got them done. I think I told you all I had found a girl actually here on base. Now she only lives like 3 minutes from me. I wanted to make an appointment with her this week, but she actually went home for the weekend. So my nails look a mess, my hair look a mess, but it's all good. We gonna get there one day at a time. Okay, so that is all for this video. Thank you guys for being with me on this journey. I don't feel so alone when I'm able to talk in these videos and see you guys' comments and get your feedback. If you're new here, welcome. We are all family here. We keep it 100. I'm very authentic in my responses and what I share with you guys. If you like what you've seen, definitely hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any videos. And if you're coming back, thank you guys for your continued support. Thank you for the positive comments. I truly appreciate it and need them. One thing I do want to mention before I get off here, it's so weird. Like the last video, I got a text message from somebody and they're not saved to my contacts, and it's an out of state, like it's not a Missouri or even a Texas area code. And it was a female, and she was just like, hey, I've been watching your YouTube videos and I want to know if we can be buddies. And that threw me for a loop because one, I'm like, how did you get my phone number? So I went to my last video, like, is my number linked somehow to these videos? And I couldn't find anything. So if you are watching this video and you are the person that messaged me, let me know how you got my phone number. Like, I don't mind sharing with people. I don't mind helping. I don't mind, you know, coaching or, you know, going over things because I was a tutor in my program. So if that's what you're looking for, I definitely don't mind. But the reason I didn't respond because I'm like, you know, you hear about all this sex trafficking things and the stuff that they do through text messaging. And I didn't want to respond because I've seen things float around Facebook where there was a message. And if you like say, oh, you have the wrong number, something like that, like they can pin your location. So look, I've been freaked out with that stuff. So, you know, if you were truly legit sent by somebody that I know, let me know. And then we can go from there. But don't be texting me. I don't know how they got my phone number. Like, that was so weird. But anyways, that is all for this video. Continue to keep me in your prayers. Continue to just come back and see what's going on with me. So I'm finna get out and look at this house. See y'all later.